The hotel that I'm staying in this Canberra trip is Hyatt Hotel Canberra, a Park Hyatt hotel. Strange name, isn't it? Hyatt stopped short of claiming it Park Hyatt Canberra outright, and maybe when you see my room tour, you might be able to find some clues. That said, this architecture had strong historical background as it was built in the 1920s and is originally used for hosting politicians and even long-term accommodation for officials while homes were still being constructed for them. From the 1950s to 70s, it was managed by Hotel Canberra Group, but it gave up its license in 1974, and it wasn't until 1988 that its architecture was restored to its former glory and became Park Hyatt Canberra. With such a strong historical background, you would expect to see this building to exude British colonial-style bungalow, allow me to use that word, if you think it's too middle class. The room that I'm staying is a standard king bed room, which I use my World of High points to redeem. Although this is the most elementary room of this hotel, I consider the room to be big enough for couples. While the room looked a little bit tight when compared to other Park Hyatt properties in the world, I consider the room to be quite cozy. It is also well equipped with sofas, 2 big tables, and a few chairs, as well as mini bar and flat screen TV. And what's not to love about with this little balcony where you could see this picturesque and beautiful autumn leaves outside. The bathroom is also Park Hyatt style, which means lots of marble stone being used. It is also big enough to accommodate both bathtub and showering facilities. As for bathroom amenities, this hotel has used Australian brand Palace as the bathroom amenities. They are filled with herbal fragrance and is very soothing to use. Both the gym and the swimming pool are located at the clubhouse, which is at the back door of the hotel. The gym is big and well equipped with lots of facilities like Smith machine, dumbbell, strength training machine and machines for aerobic exercises such as treadmill. As for the swimming pool, while it's small when compared to other Park Hyatt properties, it is also well equipped with both the heated pool and jacuzzi, as well as sauna. And what better way to soak in the hot jacuzzi on a cold and chilling morning in Canberra? There are only 2 places serving food in this hotel. One is the Promenade Cafe, which serves breakfast buffet. Breakfast is served from 6:30 to 10:30, and if you're an early bird, be sure to grab a window seat and look at the beautiful maple leaves outside. But if you're a fan of alfresco dining, the tea lounge would be an even better place for you, as this hotel is surrounded by bushes of maple leaves in the property, and you can choose to have your lunch, dinner, or afternoon tea outside. During my stay in this hotel, I have patronized the lounge 3 times. I like this tomato soup so much that I have tasted twice during my stay, as it's both creamy and I also like the citrus and herbal taste of it. This mushroom risotto is also lived up to this hotel standard, as it's also creamy and filled with the fragrance of mushroom, and the texture of the risotto is also not bad. This almond tart is also a treat, with a combination of fig, custard, and almond. It has struck a fine balance between sweet and fruitiness. The fragrance of almond only makes it even better. This afternoon tea also didn't disappoint. First, both rosé and tea is included in this package, and I enjoy both so much, especially this Australian breakfast tea, which is the Australian equivalent of English breakfast tea. These oven-hot savory snacks also are a treat. In particular, I like the fact that both the arancini and the Facilites had used ricotta, an Italian cheese which is slightly sweet and also still creamy after being heated in the oven. But this Tuscan chicken roll is also not bad. As for the cold savories, both the caramelized onion on macaron and the eggplant caponata are a little bit spicy, the difference of which is the onion macaron also has a bit of sweetness, while the caponata is just pure spicy. Both are very refreshing snacks. For this group of cold savories, my favorite is not the tuna sandwich on the left, but the spicy chicken chipotle garlic salsa roasted capsicum tartlet, which has a very exotic Indian flavor and is a treat as well. As for the one which resembles a boat, it is filled with shrimp corn relish, a very popular dish of southern United States. It was added with chili and therefore was a bit spicy and refreshing to eat. Last but not least, I like this cucumber sandwich, which is filled with cream cheese, which have made this traditionally lackluster snack more memorable. For the desserts, both the berry macaron and berry cream slice had made use of berry as one of its main ingredients, but a slightly bitter chocolate in a cream slice has added texture to the sourness of the cake without making it taste like cough medicine. As for the green tea slice, I consider both slightly bitter ingredients do not make it sweet, and so not impressive to me. Equally unimpressive is a Madeleine cake and a chocolate puff, both of which are just supermarket ready-made level. For the panna cotta, while it didn't taste bad, I do not quite like the mango in it, as it was too sweet for me. That said, I quite like the idea that the lunch didn't add berry syrup to this panna cotta like many hotels in Hong Kong did, as I don't like the creamy texture of the milk being eclipsed by the fruitiness of berries. As for the scone, I consider it to be a failure, as it tastes like bread in supermarkets and was quite coarse in texture. It's also not buttery, something that I look for in a good one. The clotted cream, though, is not bad, but the jam made by Berenberg, a South Australian farm, is just okay to me. And after I checked out, I also ordered this club sandwich. Not bad if it's a room service standard, okay at best, unimpressive at worst, as the chicken is not very tender and I prefer toast that are less thick. The veggies though are really juicy and fresh, and the chips are really tasty. Overall, I consider the stay in the Park Hyatt Canberra to be a decent one. What impressed me the most is not the rooms, but its beautiful surroundings like the Lake Burley Griffin and its beautiful British colonial-style architecture. I also consider the service and food to be up to standard for a 5-star hotel, but do bear in mind this is one of the most expensive hotels in Canberra, and I kind of expected more if it really wants to live up to the Park Hyatt brand.